All right, we'll let Coach open it up and go some questions.
All right, I always feel like, once a year you have a culture win where the game's not pretty, but the team, because the team is so close, finds a way to win the game. And tonight, these guys found a way to win when the game was sliding in the wrong direction. So absolute credit to our defense. What a tremendous goal line stand in overtime. What a tremendous job by our special teams. Mason, Jack, Ryan Niblett, that punt return unit, to the way they played in that phase of the game. And so all in all, like as I told the team, half the SEC lost today, and we were on the other half that won. And so we got plenty of work to do. But man, what a win. I've said this all along. You go on the road at night in the SEC, this league is tough. It's hard. And for us to find a way to win this game tonight, very happy about that.
Questions? Go ahead, Thomas.
Sark, you're talking about the SEC. High-scoring games throughout. This game was a slugfest. What can you do to get the offense going in this league?
Well, we got to quit the self-inflicted wounds. And I know, you guys see it like when there's penalties. And granted, we do some things that are obviously very frustrating. You get a hold the first play of overtime. You get a false start in the fourth quarter when we're trying to put the game away. We catch a pass with a minute to go and we go out of bounds without getting the first down, or stay in bounds and make them use the other timeout. Like there's little things that we're not doing offensively. We miss open throws. Clearly, I'm not calling enough stuff for our guys to feel good about what we're doing. But at the end of the day, it's like we can have high-scoring games, and I could air it out and lose. So if our style of game and our style of play is we're going to play hard-nosed football and we're going to play great on defense and great on special teams, we need to be more efficient on offense with the opportunities that we get. And that's what we need to do offensively is we got to minimize the self-inflicted wounds and become more efficient. And we weren't efficient enough tonight.
Evan, go ahead.
Coach, I think there's some games last year that you won where the special teams wasn't playing up to the performance of the defense of the offense, but this game was one where Ryan Niblett had a ton of yardage and punt return, Mason Shipwood kicks those field goals. What did it mean to have this season the special teams like through this game?
Well, it's been huge. There's a reason we went and got Mason and Jack. I think Jack had 6 punts inside the 20. I mean, and what a massive punt there late to pin them deep, for us to get some decent field position coming back out on Ryan's punt return. So all phases of special teams, and Mason's field goals were all big. The first one I think is 52 or something like that, and then the other two, the one at the end of the game and then one in overtime. So hey, we're trying to be the most complete team that we can be, and you always want all three phases to be a well-oiled machine right now, and we're just not quite there yet on offense. But it's surely good to know, like, when you can play defense and play good on special teams, you're always going to have a chance. Now we need to get going offensively, and that's our task and that's our job to get that done.
Kirk, go ahead.
How do you explain Arch? He just doesn't look comfortable at all. He's overthrowing, he's missing, and throwing wild passes. What's your level of concern, and would you even make a change?
Well, I think we need to play better up front to protect him. It's not fun when you're at quarterback and you're getting hit, and it was way too leaky for him. And in turn, that can create some uneasiness, and when you have opportunities to make throws, you don't make some. I do think there was a couple critical passes that he did make. The third down to conversion to DeAndre Moore was a huge play for us. Again, that play to DeAndre that we hit him out the back door. But we've got to find ways to get him more completions. And again, that's our job as a staff to find that comfort level for him, because there was some really good plays in there. I mean, the ball to Emmett across the middle for an explosive, there's good things there, but there's some layups that we got to hit for him too that he needs to hit. But we need to find more of those opportunities for him.
But you wouldn't consider a change?
No, I did not.
Onward.
Coach, and we know you hang your hat on offense, but if you just need to ride your defense for however long it needs to be, is that just what you have to do to get the wins?
Well, I think at the end of the day, like you play to the strengths of your team. And the strengths of our team right now is our defense and our special teams. You know, every team around the country is different. Okay. And, you know, if we won today 43-35, you guys would be asking me about our defense, right? Well, we're fortunate enough that we're playing really good defense right now, and that's a good place to start. That you can play good defense. We're playing good on special teams, and you can ride that. But you got to do that. You got to play efficient offensive football, and we're not playing efficient enough. And so we're going to keep riding those guys because they deserve it and they're doing it. And we're going to continue to try to shrink the game and slow the game down. But these guys running upwards of 90 plays, sooner or later we're gonna the dam will break. And so we've got to be more efficient offensively to keep our defense off the field.
Go ahead.
Coach, what did you see from Kentucky's defense tonight that made them so successful in stopping your offense?
Well, I think, hey, they got really good coaches, and I have a ton of respect for Coach Stoops. He's been doing it a long time. They played good at the line of scrimmage. I thought they played well in the secondary. I thought they hit some timely blitzes that caused some issues in the backfield in the run game and the pass game, and got pressure on the quarterback. And they minimize the explosive plays, which is the way they play. You know, they can start shrinking the field on you. So, and we never were able to get them out of that. We had opportunities to do it. We didn't take advantage of it. And so, but a credit to Kentucky. They came to play defensively tonight. They did a nice job.
Cedric.
Hey, Steve, you said in the passage you're sometimes concerned that Art's too hard on himself with the self-critical, aspect. How was he tonight mentally after missing those layups that you mentioned?
Well, I think he's a competitor like all those guys in that locker room, and he wants to do well, and he's a great team guy, he's a great teammate, and he sees how well the defense is playing, and he wants to play well for those guys too. So the competitor in him, he's grinding it out. He's bleeding. Everything's going on. He, in my opinion, I kind of thought he got a targeting shot there at the end, but he's running the ball. He's fighting, and he'll play better. But as I said, we need to be better around him. We need to be better as coaches, and he needs to be better too, right? We all have to be better offensively, and so we got to try to get that done, and that's got to get done quickly.
Jeff, go ahead.
Sark, with the run game, it seemed like you had some 5 to 8 yard runs, but then it'd be a 1 yard run or a no gain, just kind of the hit or miss nature of the run game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's not uncommon in the run game. You're going to have some of that. I'd love to get 5 yards every time we ran the ball, right? Our inability to create any explosive runs tonight, I think, showed up, and I thought we had some opportunities to do it. I got to look at the tape. So that was one. But two, it's like we have to be able to get ourselves out of 3rd and long. And when you play in 3rd and long, then you lose the rhythm of the game and the flow of the game. And so to help the run game, we got to get the completions in the pass game too, or they're going to continue to hunker down on the run game, which I thought, again, Kentucky did a good job of that tonight. I thought we missed some opportunities in the run game to maybe be a little bit better. And again, we as a staff have got to make sure that we're putting our players in position to have success. And again, I have to evaluate the tape to make sure that those opportunities were there. But again, consistency in the run game, efficiency in the run game is critical. And, we weren't efficient enough tonight in that aspect of the offense either.
Back by the cameras. Levon.
Sorry, you talked about the self-inflicted wounds, and another point that you mentioned over the offseason was the tackling, making sure you guys can tackle. Did you feel like there were too many missed tackles that may possibly put this game away earlier, or just?
Well, I thought we missed opportunities. Okay, there was 2 fumbles that were on the ground that I'm still trying to figure out how we didn't recover them. Then there's 2 punt return fumbles that are on the ground that I'm still trying to figure out how we didn't recover. So I think those were some opportunities, as good as we played defensively, where those could have really swung the momentum in the game that we just didn't quite capitalize on. And so, hey, we've got work to do to try to figure that out.
Thanks, Coach.
All righty, y'all.
All right, guys.
It's good to be 2-1 in the SEC.